How's your car doing, Brandy? Your
My
new one.
car? Oh, we got lots of car issues. Not issues, but just when you own five cars because you got three kids that all drive, there's always something going on with somebody's, low tires, need an oil change, need new brakes, need new rotors. Yeah, but my new to me car, I do love it. That one's doing good, so that's good.
Well,
But
good.
Caesar's car is in the shop today. It gets new brakes and rotors. Yay.
That can be expensive.
I know, but hey, we found Calvert's in Raytown. That's all they do are brakes and rotors. They usually have a better price. So
Good. Did I tell you my neighbor wrecked my car when they borrowed it the other day?
no,
Yeah, they borrowed it to go get some chairs, and then she was waiting for her friend that she was meeting. Went through a coffee drive-through and just just scraped the side of my truck. Luckily, my dad fixes cars for a living, so he's able to fix it, but it cost my neighbors like $1,000 to fix it, and it's still scraped up.
that's awful.
Yeah, my neighbor was like, they're super nice. And they were like about in tears, like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so bad." But hi, Lisa.
Mm.
She said hi in the chat.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, Mandy, for turning on your camera. Good to see you today.
I had to figure out how to do it. It just took me a minute. My camera was uh closed or whatever.
Good job.
Hi, Brandy. Hi, Keith. Hi, Jake.
how are you?
Good.
Good. All right, so I'm filling in for Ryan. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan, so I've got a couple things here I was going to show you guys and share. Let's see here. Let's share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so I've got to upload some YouTube videos today. So I was going to walk through and do that with you guys if you wanted to. So let's start at the very beginning here. www period YouTube period com all lowercase. Have you guys seen Cobra Kai? That's a joke from that one. But anywho, go to youtube.com and create a channel. Does everybody have a YouTube channel or know how to create one?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I mean, I've created one for another organization, but I would say most of us don't have a YouTube channel.
All right. So it's super simple. You just go to YouTube, sign in, use your Gmail. And that's pretty much it. Like you can just sign in with that and it'll help you like create. I mean, it's pretty easy step by step to do that. But after, if you need help creating that, it should be super simple, especially if you use your Gmail. It should be super simple to set up. I've already created one, so I don't know how to recreate a new one unless somebody wants me to create one for them.
I think it is step by step, like you're saying.
Yeah, just click sign in and you probably have one, you just don't know. Because it usually just uses your Google account. So I've got two of them that I'm going to upload today. One of them I'm going to upload and post today, and another one I'm going to schedule for tomorrow. So I will show you guys how to do the first one, and then you guys can kind of walk me through the second one. So what I do, I have an iPhone and a Mac. So I can save it on my iPhone and share it with my Mac. Pretty easy. I don't know how you guys share between your computers and your phones. Some of you probably use Google Drives and things like that. Whatever's the easiest way. And when I upload these things, I usually always use my computer. It's much easier, I have found, than using my phone. So I'll open it, and then I'll select Files, Modified. Oh, now I need to save it. File, Save, and my downloads. Replace. And there it is right there. So I'll click that. And this is a video I shot a couple of days ago. And while that is uploading, what I will do is I will create a thumbnail. So I will take the picture of the house. I'll upload that. And then I'll put a picture of me and I'll say create a thumbnail. And this is kind of a stupid video. I made these little natural light cans because my favorite feature about that house is all the natural light inside, and I hid hundreds of these cans inside the house.
Oh my gosh.
And so what it is it's going to be, oops. Uh-oh. Right. So people follow the video, and if they guess how many points are in the video, they get all the beer because I don't like natural light. So each natural light can is worth 1, and each one of the little dudes is worth 10. And then I put the address and the price on pretty much every, and then like 4-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, or like a couple highlights on the thumbnails, and it'll create my thumbnail. So then, it's not one to, I've got that saved on my phone too. So I can share that. So there's my thumbnail. You can exit out of that one. And it's right there. So now I can go back to my YouTube page, thumbnail, upload file. Oop, need to save it. Hold on here. Where'd it go? File, export as a JPEG. Okay, oops. Cancel. All right, so now I'm going to upload my thumbnail. And now that's what it looks like at the front of the video. It looks a lot better. So then what I'll do is I'll go back to ChatGPT, create a YouTube title for this video. This might be an old ChatGPT. There we go. Guess the total points, win 200 plus beers. Well, that gives it away. Let's see here. What? Let's see here. Give me 10 options. Title, options. Win all the beer. Tour this 200. I like that one. All right, so I'll copy that. Paste. Actually, I want to put the address in there as well. 109 South Delaware. Butler. Mo. All right. And then what I can do here is I will, let's see here. I'll come back here. Create a YouTube description of this video. And sometimes I can upload the video to ChatGPT if I want it to be very specific. Oop, and then also my chat's acting kind of funny. I don't know why. There we go. Perfect. So then copy, paste, and then I will go to it's not made for kids, show more, and I'm going to add tags. Create tags for this video. And if you separate them by a comma, you can just copy and paste them like that. And so I've got 569 here. So let's see here. Let's get rid of some of these. For sale. So we've got 533 beer can challenge. There. Okay.
Maybe you could say the beer is $209,000 and it comes with a free house.
That's pretty funny. I don't have a liquor license though. I don't think I can sell that.
Oh, okay, you're right.
So then I'll post those tabs.
Don't forget the office phone number.
It's on there. So it's
There it is. Good job.
yeah, my chat has I've trained it to do that because Darren gets mad at me.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Maybe just put it under your mom. She probably has a liquor license.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stacy with her liquor license.
my the alcoholic.
Right.
I wonder what the auditor would think when he comes and checks us out.
So my funny story about my mom and alcohol, she was like, yeah, it was when she worked at the university. And she's like, yeah, they gave me these little drinks in these in these salad dressing cups, and they were just so strong. I'm like, and then my wife's like, those are called shot glasses.
Salad dressing cups. Oh my gosh.
So,
That's funny.
all right,
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
what was that, Joanna?
I don't think she realizes she's unmuted.
Okay. So check, and then public. Let's see here. This is taking a while to check, probably because it's got beer in it. But any users, we will, I mean, then that's it. And then you just publish. Let's see here. Why is this taking so long? I'm sorry this is taking so long. Usually it doesn't take this long. But I've got another one that we can upload and then that I haven't done anything for other than just do the video. So let's start working on that one here if you guys want. If you guys are even interested in doing something like that, I know we've talked about it and some people seem to think that's a little intimidating making these. But yeah, we'll make the next one. All right. So my next one I have is a townhouse here in Raymore. It is, what do we have? 210 something here. Hold on, let me pull it up. 210 Point Lane in Raymore, Missouri is the next one that I did. So I'll pull that one up here. And of course, I get permission to do all these from everybody. So this one here. So what I did is I saved this picture. And what I will do is let's create another thumbnail for a different house. Here is the photo, the new home. And I will copy and paste this. And it is 215,000. 15,000, 2 bed, 2.5 bath. And then I will upload the photo, which is just the first photo of the house. Okay. Open. Save. Oops. Add files. There's the image. And then I don't know how to make this work without doing this. So I have to upload my face pretty much every time. So I upload my photo and the photo of the house that I want to use for the thumbnail. and then it creates it. While it's creating that, let's check and see if our YouTube thing is finished. Oh man, it's still checking. Usually only that only takes like a minute or two. Yeah, I think on this stuff, the thing that takes the longest is just waiting for everything to create, which takes a whole lot less time than me creating them on Canva or anything like that. But
Yeah, and it seems like Jake, whenever like, just because I used AI to create a couple of things the other day, and I was like pretty pumped. Like while it was like rendering, I moved on to something else, and then whenever I got the something else done, I came back and it was like sweet, like it's ready to go. It felt like it only took 2 seconds, but I think it actually took like 3 or 4 minutes to render, and it of course seems longer when we're just sitting here watching it, but it's still like wildly fast. Like you said, it's still better than you spending your time doing it.
right, yeah, because usually what I'll do is like you said, multitask, but I don't want to jump. I feel like I move fast anyways, so I don't want to be jumping around all over the place while we're doing this. Um, yeah, it's amazing how fast. I mean, yesterday I had to drive down to Butler, and so that's a 45-minute drive. So literally the entire time I was on my way down there, I was talking to my chat GPT and saying, give me an objection and then rate me 1 out of 10. And then that way, and then it would give me tips. It's like, instead of saying this, say it like that. It's a stronger close and things like that. I mean, it's great. I use it every day. Golly, this is taking a long time. It usually doesn't take this long. Let's see here. Yeah, it usually only takes about 30 seconds or so. I don't know why. I think it's because we're on a video call and people are waiting on it, is what's taking so long. Same with this. Hey, there we go. It checked. So next. All right, so back to our other video. So now we can publish it. And then we can share it to Facebook if we want to, or Instagram or Chat Snap, or I don't know. Anything that you guys think. Let's see here. Share that. And then we can share it to all these other places too. And then there it is. I mean, pretty simple to create the video. Let's see if it's, there we go. So created that there. That's just fine. So I will download that thumbnail. All right, who wants to walk me through how to upload this video? What do I do now? I'm gonna pick on someone. I'm gonna blindly Brandy. It landed on you.
No, it didn't.
It totally did. Look at my screen. I had my
Uh,
eyes closed, my thought, and my.
my eyes were closed too. So,
All right.
okay. So you go to YouTube, period com, something like
Okay.
that.
YouTube.com.
YouTube.com. Then you go to create.
Mhm.
Yep, right there. Upload video.
Okay.
Yep. And then go find your file.
Okay. Let's see if I
I
think
don't know which one it is though.
I don't remember either. Hold on. Is it this one? Nope. This one? Nope. I don't know if I shared this one or not. Okay, so let me send that video over. I swear I shared it earlier today. So here's the video, there's the video. Technology is so cool. Like I can just press a button and it ends up on my laptop. Okay, so let's upload our photo or our video.
Yep.
All right. Now what do we do?
Oh, you got to go to YouTube, or I'm sorry, chat, and get a description made for you. Title, a description made. Yep.
Create a title. I have found that it's easier to do it one at a time
Mm.
than doing both. Let's see here. I wanted to say something like like Raymore townhouses. Make it something like Raymore townhouses, because I feel like that would be something that people look up a lot. Is like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are looking to rent. So I wanted to say something like the townhouses in Raymore. Raymore townhouse. Perfect. Okay, so there's my title. Create a description. Ooh, I can spell. Not really. And so what I will do here is on the description, I'll go to Esther, create copy, listing agent info. Woo. Copy and paste that. And then it has listing courtesy of all the stuff there. Perfect. So copy, paste. All right, now what?
Oh, you got to create a thumbnail.
Okay,
You go to chat for that. Mm-hmm.
we did that.
Okay.
So let's
And
upload our
upload that.
thumbnail. Oops,
Okay.
wrong thumbnail. Change. Download. Save. Go, there's our thumbnail.
Okay. Choose your audience.
Not for kiddos. Show more.
Tags.
Create tags for this video. And I had to delete a couple just because we have 500 max. So go next, next. And while it's checking, so what we will do is we want to schedule this one. Let's have it set up for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And after it's checking, we just push schedule. That's pretty simple. All right, does everybody feel fairly comfortable? Like, does that seem pretty simple for everybody? Not scary?
Yes.
I'll have
Yes.
my daughter do it. This is not my thing.
Not your thing? It's pretty simple. I mean, literally all you have to do is ask ChatGPT to create it for you and then copy and paste. So it's pretty simple. And Paul was saying like this is a shorter video because it's a small house. But I mean, they don't have to be perfect by any means. Especially, it's more just the quantity. Oop, what are you saying, Tim? Were you saying something, Tim? You're on mute. Maybe he's just singing.
Hey, can I add a little bit?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I've been driving. So I've been playing a little bit more with vidIQ, and there's a free version of it. And basically, what it does is you can put in your video, you load your video in there, and it connects with YouTube, and it'll give you SEO optimized and AI optimized title suggestions, and it kind of scores them. Same with the descriptions and the keywords and all that stuff. And it's really pretty cool. And the free version can give you quite a bit of information.
Nice.
And then of course, using Gemini for this stuff is a little better than chat, just because Gemini is the Google thing, and it's going to know what Google likes, because YouTube is a Google thing. It's going to know what, as far as keywords and things like that, it's got more insight into what exactly YouTube likes. So just a thought. Even the free version or the $20 version of Gemini can give you a lot. And if you're doing this a lot, ask it to make you a prompt. Say, okay, this is how I want all my thumbnails to look. And then every time you're ready for a new thumbnail, you just put it in there. And you don't have to write the prompt. You tell it what you want to do, and it writes the prompt. And then you can have that folder saved or that project, like in ChatGPT, you can have projects, and you just tell it what, hey, here's this house. This is the price. Like for mine, I just put the price on it, but I want it to have a uniform font. So when they're lined up on my YouTube channel, they make sense. And there's a theme. And you want that to look appealing. And so people will come to your channel and hopefully watch multiple videos. And then the keywords, the tags, there's all those other little things. If you just have a conversation with Gemini or chat about those things, you don't have to know this stuff. Just ask it. Say, okay, I got a new real estate video coming out. I want to put out. Help me with the best keywords. And then you may have to tell it, what your niche is, if there's a certain area you want to work, whatever it is. So those keywords are there so people find your video. So, but that's just a little, but vidIQ is that one of two major apps, I guess, or websites that can really give you a great insight and help you grow your channel faster. So that's it.
Cool. Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm not stubborn at all, but I just started using chat, and then I'm like, okay, this is the one that I'm going to use. So I just haven't tried the other ones. But
Well,
yeah,
I pay for 3 or 4 different ones, so I probably should cancel at least one. So, but they all provide different tools, different services. So it's interesting. But I'm gonna get off here. We're at Mr. Couvert is shooting a video here of Josh at his newest listing over here in Lee Summit. So,
oh, nice. That one's great. Is
yeah,
that live
it's
today?
tomorrow. So
Tomorrow?
Ashley and I will be helping it up in the house over here Saturday, and Josh's in-laws, which still sounds weird to say, do fantastic work. They've got a kitchen design business in Lee Summit if you need cabinets sometime. And they do amazing work, and they've been doing it for a long time. So this house is really nice. So, but you guys have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go up here and crash a video or something. Take care.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, that is a nice house. I'm gonna send it to some people. They still don't have the photos up yet. That should be done here pretty quick. But what about you guys? What do you guys have going on? What do you guys want to talk about? I love the masterminds when nobody talks the entire hour, especially when I had a whole evening to plan. More like a morning.
I have something. I have a client that we got their house under contract, but it's contingent. So I really need you guys to sell the property that's going active this after or pre-MLS this afternoon, but it is 2 acres in Peculiar. Raised ranch. Looks like it's sitting on a little park. Has small outbuildings, nothing big, but it does have protected, I think, green space behind it. So anyway, be checking out the pre-MLS for that listing that's going to go up. I need it to get sold so my clients can move on.
What price point is it, Trisha?
Sorry, 465. Sorry, I've talked to 2 people about 2 of them. It's either 465 or 475. It's a 3-2. They've painted the outside. Some of it's redone, some isn't. The downstairs is finished. It's a little bit more modern and it's kind of a couple of bedrooms, a half bath kind of thing downstairs, but they're non-conforming spaces. Um, so
You should have really good luck at that price point. That shouldn't take too long to go, Trisha. That should do really well at
Hmm.
465.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm feeling the same, but I still want to get it out there. So it's gonna go, and she just told me it would go in the pre-MLS around noon today.
I have a situation. There's nothing to resolve, but it was interesting. I never had this happen. My clients purchased a home and we did final walkthrough. I took pictures of everything. There was a refrigerator with a freezer in the garage and a stand-up freezer, and they went to move in and it was gone. And the sellers refused to give any sort of compensation, and they brought back dirty, nasty appliances that were so bad that my clients had to leave them in the driveway. So, yeah. I've never had that happen, but it was really crappy, and there was literally nothing we could do.
Wow.
Because, like, who's going to take them to small claims court over that? And we had just told them once we got there and just said, you know what, we'll take 2,400 bucks. That's pretty fair to go try to find some appliances to work, because don't really want to buy used appliances after they've been moved. And yeah, so I thought that wasn't very nice. And I feel like there's nothing we can do. I talked to Darren, but has anybody ever had that happen?
Yes. I mean, not maybe exactly like that, but yes. And I always go one step, I always try my hardest to bulletproof this thing as much as I can on the front end. Meaning if the seller's disclosure says that the kitchen refrigerator is staying and the washer and dryer are staying, even if it's on the seller's disclosure, I go ahead and write it into the contract. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I write it into the additions on the page 2. And but that's still, like, I've even seen it where people have swapped out. Like if I say kitchen refrigerator stays, I've seen people swap out the kitchen refrigerator. Like they'll like, well, hey, you got a refrigerator? It's in the kitchen. There you go. So it does, people get petty sometimes, and you're right,
Hmm.
Shelby. I think they know that no one's going to really take them to small claims court over a refrigerator. It's unfortunate that some people are just stinky like that. And but sometimes that's just how it goes. And no matter how much work and how much diligence we put into this, sometimes that just happens, unfortunately.
Well, and sometimes if you know they're going to switch it out, tell them switch it out before you take pictures. So that way the whatever's in there is in there. And they don't, because if they're expecting a really nice fridge and then they get a crappy fridge, that's not good.
Right.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
buyer's in Overland Park. We bought a really great house with this pool, and all around it, they had planted this. You felt like you were in paradise. They had like their tiki bar and all the vegetation. And we did our walkthrough. It was in the summer at 8 o'clock at night before closing. Late, pretty late. We got there the next day at noon, and every plant had been removed from the backyard. They gone in the night and dug them all up and took them with them. So we just had dirt. There was holes, dirt. They were robbed of all the plants. After, yeah, I what can you do? We tried.
Yeah, that's
Did
not
it say
okay.
that? Did it say that in the seller's disclosure that they were taking their plants?
No, and plants are a part of the ground. Like they are the
They're
property.
affixed to the property.
They weren't in pot plants. I've had people, I mean, take your pot plants. I get it. You have a pot, you have a plant. Take it with you. But to uproot the whole fence line
Oh my gosh, it's
No, that's not
ridiculous.
okay.
No, and their agent was one of those that doesn't, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I had to do both sides of the contract because the agent was at his 50th birthday and drunk through the whole thing. It was really interesting. However, we
Wow.
lost all of our plans.
Mm, that's sad.
Okay, I have a different situation. I got that Wheatland house, $1 million house. We get an offer, a cash offer, and my seller doesn't take it. And I'm like, "Ugh, I know it was lower than what you wanted, but so we countered way back high again, and they walked away. So now I asked the seller, would you take this much for it? And she said, is there a deadline on that offer? I said, I don't have an offer like this. I'm just asking, would you take that for it? Because I'm thinking about the offer we just lost. I mean, I kind of want to go back to that offer and say, hey, even though it's all expired and everything, they decided to move on. I want to go back and say, hey, we'll take this. If you guys, is that like begging? Is that like stupid to go back to somebody that didn't take our counter and say, hey, well, we would take this and just try to get them? It was a cash offer. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I
So
would
what
say
would you
it's
do? Would
I
you
would
leave
say
it
that's
go?
definitely not like begging. That's just being a good agent and trying to put something together for your clients. I mean, sometimes like situations change and even just the matter of a couple of weeks, like, hey, 2 weeks ago, we thought we could get this price, but we just haven't had any activity. We haven't had any other offers. And now that cash offer would look really good if they would, add 10 grand to it or 20 grand or what. Like, I think that's just you being a proactive agent. I would
Okay.
100% do that.
Okay.
And you
All
don't
right.
know, maybe the buyers are kind of frustrated also that they didn't, maybe they go away and process and go, gosh, it may be worth that. So they may love hey, why don't we see if we can create a
Yeah.
win-win right here? They may
Yeah.
also be willing.
Yeah. Before I did that, I needed to check with the seller to make sure that she would take it before I said anything. But if she comes back to me and says, "Yeah, we'll take it," I'm thinking I'm gonna go back and say, "Hey, yeah, okay." I just don't want to look like like you're going back saying, "Oh, yeah," like, okay, I'm just gonna do it,
Yeah,
I
whatever
who
it
definitely,
looks
cares what
like.
it looks
Yeah,
like? You're holding your
yeah,
deal together.
yeah. I'm gonna try to put a deal together now because I don't have a deal.
I mean, they already said no. What's the downside? Are they going to say no again? And you're in
Yeah,
the same spot.
yeah, that's right. That's true. Okay, all right. Yeah.
so this is Jen. I wanted to come on and say that my house in Adrian, if anybody's looking for a cheap fixer upper or something, they want to like do the wealth investment. I know that we've been talking about that a lot. We dropped it to 85,000. They aren't open for offers right now. The reason why we can't go conventional is because the AC does not work. However, I am having somebody come out and look at that within the next couple of days. But yeah, 85,000 for Adrian, 2 bedroom, 1 bath on a third acre.
Besides the AC, what does it need? What's the ARV on it?
It so it would probably sell, I want to say, if it's been completely redone, for about 170, 180. It's hardwood floors. It's got a room off of one of the bedrooms that could be used for an office, but you have to go through the bedroom to get to it, or an extended closet. Floors are a little dipped a little bit. Basically, it needs a little structural. It's on a crawl space. The garage is kind of what's hindering us a little bit because you can't really pull a car in there because the HVAC system's in there, the furnace and everything. Um, Yeah, it just needs a little bit of love. They've had it, known it forever, and they're just ready to walk away. There was a tree a few years ago that kind of fell on a corner part of the roof. The roof was newer, and then the tree fell, and they don't live in the area. So the neighbors told them a tree fell, but didn't really tell them that it fell on a corner of the roof. So they, like I said, really don't have the money to pour into it. They used it as a rental for years and got screwed multiple times. So now they're to the point of like, I'm just ready to walk away.
Did you check with the Lacey's?
No, not exactly.
I know they were looking for something at one point down there.
I knew they looked at one of mine down there, but yeah. And Jake, I was going to ask you, so what is your reciprocated feedback when it comes to your YouTube channel? Do you get as much as you did possibly like through your Facebook or TikTok, or do you
No,
just
not yet. Facebook, I've been on Facebook forever, and I have a lot of Facebook friends, so that's where I get the most feedback. I've had a couple videos that have had some comments on them on YouTube, but I've only been doing it for a month or so. But let's see here. Most of my videos average like 40 views. I've had one with 400. There's 40, 31, 32, 35, 49. Um, so I mean, most of them, again, I don't know if it's going to pay off or anything or not, but I did notice that it is nice too whenever like if I have any buyers or prospective buyers, I will go video tour houses that I think they will like. And then when I go show them that house, like, oh, this is great. Could you send us the link to this house? I'll send them the link to that house and the video walkthrough that I did. And they seem to really like that because then they can go and walk through that house that they like. Um, so again, I don't know if it's going to be profitable or not. Paul told me to do it, so that's what I'm doing. If it doesn't pay off, it's Paul's fault. So that's what I'm going to say. But no, I mean, I mean, just the creating the relationships with the agents and stuff from talking to them on the videos and gives you something to post. It's free and it gets you out there looking at houses every day. I mean, there's a lot more value to it than uh, just the comments and things like that. But no, I haven't had a ton of feedback or anything on YouTube yet. But I've got what? I don't know how many videos I have. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, I have 20, 21 videos. So not a ton yet.
Good job. That's a lot of videos.
yeah?
Thanks. Oh, I had a thing I was gonna I was talking to an agent too the other day. They were talking with some first time home buyers, limited price range. They're wanting to stay in Raymore and their budget's under like 300,000 and they're kind of picky. So just kind of and they're renting currently. So I'm sure we've all had conversations and clients like that, kind of picky. They want everything they dream of in their very first house on a very limited budget. Or is that just me that has had those clients? Ugh. So a conversation that I was having with them was to have the conversation with your buyers saying you are currently renting right now, right? I said, yes. Okay. Well, why don't we rent from ourselves? I said, what do you mean by that? So, okay, instead of maxing out our budget on our very first house, why don't we buy a little bit less than our budget? And we're not going to get everything that we want, but just treat it as a rental. You don't love everything about your rental house, do you? I said, no, of course not. That's why we're looking for a house. Right. So let's buy ourselves a rental, rent from ourselves for 2 years. And then at the end of that, we can upgrade your house. And now you can either keep that house as a rental for yourself or you can sell it, get your equity, and move on to another bigger house in 2 years from now. How does that sound? That way, we're not just throwing away money for 2 or 3 years. Because if we wait a year, we're going to have the same conversation next year. Everything's just going to be more expensive. So that's
That's a great
been
idea.
that's been fairly successful for me dealing with some of those kind of harder clients in that limited price range. I'm like, we're not looking for the perfect house. What's a house you can live with for 2 years or 3 years? That's equivalent to a rental because we're going to rent. You say if you don't find a house, you're going to stay renting anyways. So why don't we rent this house from yourself, build some equity? Like I'm saying rent because it's not their forever home. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then that way it doesn't put so much pressure on them finding everything that they want in a house. Now they're just finding for something that they can live in for 2 to 3 years.
It's
Does
a good idea.
anybody else have any
It's
suggestions on
a good idea.
kind of clients like that?
It's a good idea.
Oh, thank you.
Something I've done with clients like that, just helping them understand realistic expectations on price. is I'll send them all the solds in that area, in that price point, in the last 3 months. Like, okay, so what do you think about these houses? How do these measure up to what you're wanting? And it just helps set more realistic expectations from actual data than me having to be the reality check person saying, "Yeah, you're not going to get that."
That's good. I like to use those as well. Another thing I'll do is I'll take something away, um, or whatever it is. I'm like, okay, so if you don't want to spend that much money, what are we taking away? Are we going to take away the 2-car garage? Well, no, I need the 2-car garage. Okay, well, the 2-car garage costs this much. So what do you want? Do you want to pay that much, or do we want to take that garage away? Which option do you want? And they're like, well, I want a 2-car garage and I want to pay this much. I said, me too. And those houses don't go to market because the realtors that are going to list them probably buy those good deals. But I try to find what they want or find what it is and take it away and then make them choose between, do you want this or do you want to pay this? I've got one client right now, everything that he wants is $1 million and they're wanting to downsize. They're looking at 650 and below. And they're like, how much is that house across the street? I really like the looks of it. That's 996. Like, oh, I really like, do you think they'd take 600 for it? Jokingly. Like, no. But that seems to be, especially people that haven't bought in a while, they seem to have a hard time. I'll use that takeaway thing with a lot of clients. Like, okay, well, this one's in our price range, but it doesn't have the walkout. Is that fine? Well, no, I want this with a walkout. Okay, well, that's $700,000. Do you want to pay that? Well, no. Okay, so which one do you want? What's more important, the deal or the house? That's a good one, Christian. But what about you guys? What are some good I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's been kind of a slower-ish summer. I don't feel like houses are flying like they usually are. Oh my goodness, look at Trisha's puppy.
Jubilee Joy.
Oh my goodness. What's his name?
Oh, you muted yourself, girl.
Her name is
Jubilee Joy. But
uh,
you're muted, Miss Trisha.
So sorry. I didn't know I was on earlier. You probably heard me talking. This is Jubilee. She's been to work with me the last few days. It's the best. She likes her car seat.
that's cute.
Cute.
Soft. We need to have a bring your dog to work day.
Right now, she'll still fit in my purse, so I probably could. Bonnie might not notice.
But
Well, Jake,
good.
back when we were talking about buyers and that kind of thing, I know this has happened to y'all. It's happened to me before. You'd think I'd be more prepared, and I just, I'm not. But I've got these buyers. We're going to put their house on the market, and so it's pre-MLS already. And so we started looking at the houses, thinking, okay, when they find the house, we're going to be able to kick their house on the market, like it's right there ready. And so we've been looking at houses, and they're looking for something with a little character. And I'm like, okay, explain what that means, because what that means to me may not be what it means to them. And they are quirky people, sweet, 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 but different than me. And that's okay. And so I was like, hey, help me understand, what does character mean? And they're like, well, if you think about it, most houses are a big square box. And when you walk in, the rooms are other square boxes. There's no character. They're all sterile. They're just a gray and white, gray and white. I'm like, okay, okay. And then I said, well, hey, when you see kind of what you're looking for, let me know. So we saw this house in Peculiar, and they said this house has character, and I'm like looking around, going, okay, it has paneling, has old, they wanted something like original in the 70s or whatever. It still had the scalloped like woodwork around the cabinetry and stuff like that, and the very unique light fixtures that are pretty old. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm kind of getting what you're looking for. But then they'll send me a house that's a gray box, and they'll go, let's go look at this one. I'm like, wait, what? You said character, remember? And and then the other thing, they wanted a ranch. I'm like, okay, so I set them up on a search. We're looking at ranches. They send me a split entry, and I'm like, wait, you said ranch. And they're like, well, this one only has 6 steps. It's fine. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, okay. So I'm like driving all over Peculiar to Raytown to Independence looking for, I don't even think they know what they want. So Joanna, you're shaking your head, and I'm sitting here going, I should know what to do with these situations, and I just don't because I don't think they know. Even though and you got to be kind and you got to be respectful and you got to, not insult them, because at one point he goes, "Hey, I think we've got you confused about what we want," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, tell me." And he's like, "Well, you keep sending us these kind of houses, but we're looking for these kind of houses," and I'm like, "You said ranch with character." Anyway, has anybody got tips on how to deal with buyers that really don't know what they want and they're driving you all over the place? And then you think you find it and you're like, "Ooh, this is it. This is it. This has got lots of character." And then they're like, it's got whatever." And then they pick it apart. Anyway, give me all your wisdom.
Yes, I've had that where they tell me they want ranches and then they tell me they want to go look at a split entry. And we actually put an offer in on a split entry. Now we didn't get it because she didn't want to, she wanted to offer low. But the thing is, I was like, wait, this is a split entry. She goes, yeah, but there's a wide split entry. It's not like up and down. There's a big area there. I'm like, okay, so you're good with split entry? So yes, they don't know. They'll take it if it's the right one, but it's very difficult when they start sending you. I had a lady looking for a ranch, and then she's like, she wants to go see this story and a half. I'm like, wait, that's not what you're looking. You don't want all those stairs. Anyway, so it's very frustrating because you feel like you're wasting a lot of time.
For sure,
Yeah.
time and gas, and then you think all right, this is the one. They're gonna bite on this one because this is so rare. It's got so much character. It's the right price, right location. And then they're like, nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
I always explain to my clients that, hey, the listing information is only as good as the agent that put it in there. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to not narrow things down to your specific requirements because you might miss the golden ticket.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I always tell them my search is very broad. If they need a 4 bedroom house, I'll usually do it 3 bedroom plus because sometimes there's three with an office or things like that. One
Yeah.
thing, Brandy, I'll do with people is if they're like that, I'll find a couple of houses where like I just like them or I think they're a good deal. And if they don't meet their specific criteria, if there's something kind of different, we'll go out while we're out looking at other houses. I'll say, hey, I had another one I just want to show you. It's a little different than what we've looked at, but since we're here close by, I wanted to show it to you. And then if they like it, then that's part of the criteria. And if they don't like it, it's okay. So we don't like 2 stories. So we're not going to go look at any more 2 stories and then start kind of eliminating that way. But yeah, those people are a pain in the butt. Just tell me what you
They
want.
are super sweet, but I feel like this is entertainment for them. They haven't bought a house in like 25 years, and so this is like new and exciting. And their pre-approval just got almost doubled. Like they can buy so much more house than they originally thought. And so this is like entertainment for them. Like they get off work and this is what they look forward to. So thank goodness they don't run me all around yet. They do lots of open houses on their own, which I appreciate, but still, I'm just like, sheesh.
I've had to walk away from people like that before because I
Well,
can't. Once they run you around, you're three, four, five, six offers in now, and they've canceled every single one of them because of something they don't like or they get cold feet.
yeah.
It's almost not worth it.
I know. I know. I guess it's just how they come sometimes. Sometimes your buyer buys the first house you show them, and then other ones you can show them 50 houses. Well, I'm not showing 50 houses, you know.
I really do think some of them actually, I don't want to say get off by looking at houses, but they kind of do. It's kind of like just a high for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yep.
they really don't know what they want. They think they do because they have a mindset, but I'm always a little bit like Jake and them. I just show and I tell them, hey, I'm going to include about 70% of what you want in the homes that I send you. So just be prepared that I know it's not exactly what you said. But I mean, I've had people give up on their ranch house because they like the screen porch. So you don't know what's going to
You
do
don't.
it for them.
When I do the same thing, and I do tell them, I'm like, you're going to see some things that aren't what you want. Just swipe or scroll right past them. And then I don't know if you know this, y'all probably do, but they can go to their portal and they can pull things out of their portal. Like if they don't like it, they can discard it. And if I
What they
tell
do?
them that too, like, hey, just discard it out of your portal, and they're like, oh, okay. Like some people love that. Like, oh, cool. Um,
Is that a new feature, or how do you do that?
Well, it's on their end in the One Home portal. They can
Hmm.
heart, just like you can heart things, they can favorite things, but they can also say, I don't know what it looks like on their end, but remove from portal, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And it'll show up for me, like I can see what they're removing and I can see what they're loving
Hmm.
when I go to my auto searches. So I don't know again what it looks like on the user end, but they can do that. And I've had several clients figure that out on their own. So
And
it can't be
adding
too hard.
notes too, Brandy.
What's
Like
that?
they can add notes in there.
Mm,
People like that feature too.
that's cool.
Brandy,
So that might be cool.
after I figure out if we've seen three houses and they always come back to the same thing, I have a client who continues to send me houses in Overland Park that have two bathrooms. And she's told me every other time I only will buy two or two and a half. So I now tell her, and she won't let the laundry be in the basement. They don't always know how to look at those things. So my text back to her will be, are you ready to give up your half bath or are you ready to have your laundry in the basement? And she's like, no. And we move on. But I finally now have to hold her accountable to what she has said no to because we've now looked at enough. And I'm like, you always tell me no. I don't know yeah, like I challenge her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that
Good.
same thing, Trisha. Say we've looked at 6 of those houses. You haven't liked any of them. Like? Why do you like this one? I say it much nicer than that, but that's what's going through my head. I was like, we've looked at that exact house 6 times, and you've hated it every time.
Yeah.
I actually just had that conversation with a client that I closed a house on because of the fact that he is always fixing stuff up and there's nothing in this house to fix up. And so I joked with him. I said, what are you going to do with your free time? I said, you're going to be bored. But I think it's the honesty and the feedback that we actually give our clients that they actually respect us more when it comes to purchasing a property because they know we're going to be honest with them and tell them, hey, well, now's the time to get your knee surgery you've been talking about since there's nothing to fix up in your house.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's 11 o'clock. Thanks for joining on, guys.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks for filling in, Jake.
No problem.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Go sell something, as Ryan would say.
That's right.